All praises to the Creator. Yeah, y'all know I used to go downstairs, but it's raining today. Um, but I wanted to tell y'all about this dream that I had. My face is going down, swelling and stuff. But today we're gonna have a rainy day, and it's gonna last all day till like 9 tonight. So I'm gonna keep an eye out, see if anybody's flooding. But y'all can see I still got puffiness going on, and my skin color's starting to come back. Um, but I digress. I want to tell you about the dream I had last night. So, last night I dreamt like in my old life before I became Hebrew Israelite, I used to go to karaoke, do karaoke, go sing in bars, stuff like that. And in the dream, it started off with me karaoke, and I'm like, what am I doing here? I don't do this no more. Like that. And I'm looking. And then suddenly, like everybody was getting ready to do their thing, getting ready to sing, getting ready to, they were putting their name on the list. He said, your name is here on the list. They already got your name on the list, like that. Because that's what you, in karaoke, if you're a regular, they'll, once, as soon as you walk in the door, they put your name on the list. My name was on the list, and these other people's on the list, getting ready to take your turn to sing. But just when I was getting ready to sing my turn, right when it was my turn, I suddenly had to go to the bathroom. So I walk out of the building because for some reason inside of the building the restroom wasn't working. So when I walk out, I was like, wait, all these people were standing in line and it was dark. It was dark. So I was like, oh well, it's karaoke night because most people do karaoke night. So I was like, it's raining and it's dark, and it's cold, y'all. And so it's raining, dark, cold, but we're lining up. And so this girl comes up to me. Now this girl I went to high school with. I'm not gonna say who she is. This, oh, if I say her name, because I remember her name, and it's so weird because I remember her name. And I haven't lived there since 1994, I believe, 94, 95, somewhere in that area. I haven't lived there since then, but for some reason I remember who she was. So that let me know that that person represent that state, which is Mississippi. That's why I graduated high school. I didn't go through all of my school years in Mississippi. That's where I ended up graduating. So, in there, it represented her. She put me in a boat. Now, we couldn't get in a car. I had to get in a boat. I had to get in a boat to get to other facilities. So that means it was flooded. And she said, hey, come on, let me take you to the other facility so you can use the bathroom, y'all. And so she jumps in I jumped in the boat and I stand in line. So I'm standing in line, and so I stand in line and they were like, nope, you need to go on down because this line is very long. So now I'm on the highway walking to get to just bathroom facilities. And these bathroom facilities are man put up porta potty facilities, and they had attendants, and it was lines and lines of people. And so I'm standing in this line, and as I look over, I see in that town where I'm from, where I didn't grow up, where I went to high school at, and where I finished out my high school years, I see the downtown, and I was like, I'll be glad. And I looked over and I said, I'll be glad when they burn this down, when this gets burned totally down. That's what I said to myself. And then after I said that, I go closer in line, and then finally I get to an attendant, and these lines and this is white people, black people, all color people, and then suddenly, because I had to go so far, guess where I end up, y'all? I ended up in the city where because I have 3 sets of kids with grandkids. So one set is in Tennessee, with my son and his wife and her with their children, and then my other two sets are in Texas with their spouses and their children. So, but I ended up having to go so far to trying to find a bathroom where I can use the bathroom to get the necessity of using the bathroom. I ended up in Tennessee. I went from Mississippi to Tennessee, and I saw my son standing in line. I saw my grandkids. I saw them all standing in line. They were all standing in line to have to just use the restroom, y'all. And all these people, everywhere I went, from Mississippi to Tennessee, there was water, it was dark, it was rainy, it was cold, and everybody was homeless. All these people were homeless. And I was like, I need to use the bathroom so I can get back in the line so I can sing my song. Well, in the dream, I finally get to in the bathroom, and the attendant go, and he says to me, "Man, considering everything on you, pretty thick like that." You know, in the South, thick means you look fine, you look good, you look healthy, you healthy, girl, you healthy. He said, considering everything that's going on around us, you look pretty thick, you look healthy. And I was looking at him, and then I started actually looking around at all the people. Nobody looked good. And my son was screaming out like, we're over here, like that. And I was like, no, I'm going to stay right here in my line because I waited this long to get to this bathroom so I could go to the bathroom, like that. And so right when I finished using the bathroom, washed my hand, cleaned myself up, and the water was not clean, y'all, but I thought that water was clean. So it lets me know that there's something finna go in the east. And I call the other side of the Mississippi River, which y'all call the dirty south, I call it the east now, since I live in the Midwest Plains now. So now I call it the east, but I used to call it the dirty south. So in the dirty south, people were homeless. Lots of people were homeless. They didn't look well. It was rainy and snowy, cold, because people were shivering and they were standing in hallways. They just happened to be in these hallways. And in order to use the bathroom, you had to go to these man-made porta potties that attendants did, and they just had to stand in line. And this is the east. But I knew that where I was fine. I knew I was fine, but where they were, it was not good. And the reason why he showed me the city where I graduated high school, and the reason why he showed me where my son who lives in Memphis, Tennessee, is because this is where this was happening. And these people were seeking just a hallway for comfort. They were seeking porta potties to use the bathroom. The water was dirty, but I thought the dirty water was clean. And I saw this just clear as day yesterday, and then I woke up. I was like, oh, I'm so happy to be where I'm at in Colorado, because they're gonna go through hell. But it was dark. Even though all that traveling I did, all of that I did, everywhere I went, it was dark. So something's gonna happen where they're not even gonna have sunlight, y'all. It was horrible, and everybody was shivering. And the guy told me, "You look good considering what is going on. You thick, you thick. You know, in the South, thick means you fine. You look fine considering the dirty South or the east of the Mississippi River." He told me I look fine. So I'm letting you know that Abba Yah is showing me that right here, where I am at, I still look fine. Where I came from, I'm fine. Where they are, they were looking sick. They were homeless. They were suffering. You need to go and pray about this. I know y'all don't believe us, but the scripture says that the truth will be given, the Torah, the truth, the understanding will be given to Jacob. Y'all need to pray and ask Abba Yah, who is Jacob? And is this information that this person is giving is true? Go straight to Abba Yah, Jeremiah 33:3, everything that somebody's telling you. And ask Abba Yah, is what this person is showing me and telling me is true? I'm telling y'all, it's going to go down. It's going to go down. And I'm telling you, it's starting in September. But it was cold and it was wet and it was dark. And that, it doesn't get that cold, but these people were shivering. So it was really cold. And they were suffering over in Mississippi and Tennessee. So ask Yah for the interpretation, and ask him for confirmation so you can get your butt out of the east. All praise to the Most High, y'all.